Hi over there. Wishing you a very happy Students' Day at home. We start with this new class, which is unit number 10. The unit is called Student Life. People, we are about to finish with this unit, so please pay attention. Objectives for today's class. Number 1 says express wishes and regrets in the past. Number 2, identify the use and the structure of wish plus the past perfect form. And number 3 says reinforce the use of the third conditional. So here we go. Let's have a look at this text that we worked on some classes ago. In the text on page 15, it says identify 4 examples using wish, okay? So remember that in this text, there is a question at the top which says, we asked 4 students after their first year at university, what do they wish they had known? Michael, Kayla, Olivia, and Juan. Actually, at the top, there is the first example. What do they wish they had known? Where could you find the second example? Look at this. Michael says, I wish I had known how great skateboarding would be, right? Be careful with that. I wish I had known, because we are going to analyze the structure and the function then. There is another example that I found. Kayla said, I'm a bit shy. I wish I had joined more class at university in this case. The final example is over there. Juan says, I'm from Spain and I wish I had found out about cultural differences before I came. So pay attention to that. Let's have a look at the function first, and then we are going to see the structure of the elements. Kayla, she says, I wish I had joined more clubs at uni. I would have made more friends, okay? In Spanish, you translate this part like the following. Yo desearía que yo, right, you can omit that, me hubiera unido a más clubs en la universidad, right? De esa forma, yo hubiera hecho más amigos. Look, that is an example of the third conditional form. Also, be careful with that, because typically I wish is translated into ojalá. Ojalá me hubiera unido. That is like the correct form. The other that I gave is more literal, but I prefer the second one. Ojalá yo me hubiera unido. Then, let's have a look at the function of this. It says Kayla was shy at university and she is still shy right now, but in the past she didn't make many friends because she didn't join any clubs. All right, so now Kayla talks about a regret from the past. What is the regret? I wish I had joined more clubs. And that situation cannot be changed right now. That is the reason that she wishes that situation had happened in a different way. So that is important about the use of wish. Situations in the past that cannot be changed. And for that reason, I regret about that situation. Let's have a look at the structure right now. Number 1 says, I wish I'd known how great skateboarding would be. Because, sorry, but there is a mistake in there. It should say known with an N, right? Number 2 says, I wish I joined more clubs at uni. And number 3 says, I wish I had found out about cultural differences. So, to summarize this, the structure is the following. There is a subject, okay? Not in all the cases you use I. We are going to see another example then. Plus wish, ojalá, desearía, all right? Then you use the same subject or another subject, it depends on the context, plus had, that is important. Had, remember that the short form is apostrophe D, okay? Plus a verb in the past participle form. So again, in number one, it should say known. Number two is joined. Number three is found. Past participle form of the verb. Now, the question is, how do you call had plus the PP form? Do you remember that? If not, remember that this is called the past perfect. So be careful with that. Example number two. Look at the picture. He says, I ate a lot of hamburgers yesterday. It wasn't, sorry, a good idea, and now I feel sick. He feels sick in this moment. He has a stomachache. So look at this. I wish I hadn't eaten so much yesterday. That is his regret about a past situation. Can he change that situation? No. There is another example, look. Or he wishes that, in parentheses, he hadn't eaten so much. Remember that in this part, you have two sentences. He wish, that is number one. Number two, he hadn't eaten so much, and you can connect the two sentences by using the connector that, in Spanish, que, but you can omit it. So that is the reason that I put it into parentheses. There is a third option. If only he hadn't eaten so much. Or in Spanish, si solo él no hubiera comido tanto o mucho in this particular case. So please, there is another option in which you can say wishes, the third person singular form. Remember when you use it with he, she, and it, in those particular cases, plus that can be omitted, eliminated, and then you continue with the rest. But more importantly, there is a negative form. Very simple, had becomes hadn't. The rest is absolutely the same. So once we looked at this example, the idea is to conclude the session with exercises, okay? This exercise, page 101, this is the book for real. You are going to write the regrets the people or the animals in this case have. Look at the example. Number one, in parentheses, it says get up. So very simple, I wish I had got up earlier. Then you continue with number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm very sad for number 6. But next exercise, circle the correct verb forms to complete the sentences. In here, be careful because we are going to reinforce the third conditional. Actually, examples number 3, 4, and 5, they are all related to the third conditional form. And number 2 is an example of wish plus the past perfect. So that is the idea. Please do the exercises. Extra exercises that I took from another book, you are going to imagine that you are in those situations, and for each situation you are going to write a sentence with I wish. Let's follow the example. Number 1 says, you have eaten too much and now you feel sick. This is the example that I gave. So you say, I wish I hadn't eaten so much. Very simple. You are going to read the situations and then you are going to write the sentences. You can do it in your copybooks, right? So next week, you are going to have the feedback in an online class. Be careful with the exercises because some of them are a little bit difficult. Finally, you are going to put the verb into the correct form by using the third conditional structure. So be careful. Number 1 says, I didn't know you were in hospital. If I had known, I would have gone to see. Okay, so you conjugate the actions or the subjects, in this case, in the third conditional form. So people, this lesson was shorter than the previous one because we are about to finish this unit. So any questions, email me and see you next week. Bye.